It's time to ask Michael Lombardi. No way or no doubt.
Been waiting for this all week, Michael. Here we go. No way or no doubt. We have to start in Big D with the Cowboys. This, to me, is probably the hardest one to answer definitively because it's Jerry Jones. Who knows what is going on through his mind and what they will actually do. But no way or no doubt here, two or more of the Cowboys trio pending contracts with quarterback Dak Prescott, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, and top defender Micah Parsons. Two or more of those three will go into the regular season without a new deal, Michael. No way or no doubt.
No doubt. Yeah, I don't see him getting Parsons done or Prescott done. I think the only one who has a chance to get done is CeeDee Lamb. Now, Schefter was just on McAfee today talking about how Brandon Aiyuk, they're not even close to getting a deal done. It's not happening. Some people think Lamb is, but, I don't see it. I don't see that they're going to get Prescott done or Parsons done. So I think both those guys are going to have to play on their contract. There's no question.
It seems like of the three, the one that's probably the most up in the air as far as timing-wise would be the Prescott, simply because it's a quarterback. Do you feel like pressure comes in and they say, all right, we just really want this done by the start of the year, where I'm with you, Parsons does not seem close. Reports indicate that Lamb is the most likeliest, but like if you were saying one, okay, yeah, you feel confident. I mean, two, I feel like it's 50-50 at best for Prescott, and that's probably not a spot you want to be in going into this year if you're Prescott, at least from the agency part.
I think reverse, though, Ben. I don't think Prescott wants to get a deal done. I don't think he wants to get one done. I think he kind of just wants to go through the season. He's not worried about injury. He's focused on the game, and he's in the draft. I mean, he's negotiated no franchise. So he has everything to gain by playing it out.
Can be the next Kirk Cousins. Get that 1 year. Get that bet on yourself. I realize it's a bit apples to oranges, but it's a similar principle there for Dak Prescott this year. No way, no doubt. We're talking guys without contracts yet, at least, as far as extension goes. The two big ones in San Francisco, the left tackle Trent Williams and the wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, both looking for new deals. Trent Williams is more important to the 49ers team than Brandon Aiyuk. Michael, to me, there's no doubt about it that Trent Williams, without him, this offensive line is one of the worst in the league. I say this is an easy one.
I think it is. And look, I think their 49ers are at the point with Brandon Aiyuk. They've tried their best. They can't get it done, and life goes on. And either he takes the deal or not. But, I mean, he's acted as if he's Randy Moss out there. Like, seriously. They're going to get on without him, and I think life will go on without him if they have to. Will that mean anything? Look, one thing I've learned a long time ago, the 49er uniform is going to be good. They're going to be good with or without Brandon Aiyuk. They may not win a Super Bowl, but they're going to be good with or without him.
Like, you take Aiyuk out, and it's a team that everybody around the league would agree, even with, obviously with Aiyuk in, this is the best collection of pass catchers in the NFL. If Aiyuk's not on the team anymore, well, you still have the best running back room in the league, largely because of Christian McCaffrey. You still have the most dynamic set, especially at the tight end position with where George Kittle is at, his ability to stretch the field, even how they've been able to use guys like Kyle Juszczyk, so many different elements and weapons to throw at him in the passing game. It's still easily a top 5, top 10 unit, whereas the fall off without Williams, who's really just holding together this line right now, Michael, it is unbelievably stark. So that's an easy one for us here on No Way or No Doubt. How about this one from Pittsburgh? Justin Fields will start at quarterback at some point for the Pittsburgh Steelers this season. No way or no doubt.
There's a word out today that he's looking good. I think he will start a game. I don't think Russell will be able to stay healthy the whole year. So give me that one. I would say there is no doubt he probably will.
To me, it's more than no doubt. You have to start setting an over-under on how many games that you end up seeing Russell Wilson miss this year, or at the very least you see Fields start. Like, I don't know, I would set that number at probably 3.5, 4.5, and probably lean over on Fields. I certainly believe the early reports clearly indicate that the leash is going to be as short as anybody in the league for Russell Wilson. I think Mike Tomlin owes anything to either of those guys, has any sort of past history where he feels like they're deserving of second and third chances. No way. No, that's not how it is.
But here's what I worry about, Ben. If Wilson protected the ball last year. If Fields doesn't protect the ball, then I've got some real issues. Because Mike Tomlin's not going to tolerate somebody who doesn't protect the football. There's no question about that.
And especially with the schedule that the Steelers have to face, toughest in the NFL, there's no real room for any of the lack of ball control to happen, and that's where you're seeing Fields start here, number 2. But I think he'll get a shot at some point. No way or no doubt here into NFL training camp week 1, and it's always it would not be training camp unless we had the kind of ridiculous, okay, let's make mountains out of a molehill sort of moments here. Aaron Rodgers getting into it with Garrett Wilson on the sideline. Jets fans should be worried about Rodgers and Wilson's animated sideline discussion, as you can see on your screen from New York Jets media. No way or no doubt on that one.
No way. I mean, look, it's basically football, and there's going to be some conflict. It's practice. There's going to be some things that don't go well, and there's going to be some conversations. And sometimes, those conversations get animated, but there's no way this is going to disrupt their team at all. No way.
100%. The other thing that people don't seem to really be adding as part of context of the story, you would argue that on paper, roster-wise, the Jets have the best defense, the structure on their team, at least the starters in the NFL. Like, you're going to see that Jets offense struggle at camp because they're going against dudes on the other side. And it's also a new offensive line that's unproven, at least meshing together so far, Michael. So this was inevitable, and there's no way that it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I think to me that's the thing. I mean, look, they just have to be smart. I mean, you want to play fast. You want to get the lead. I think if I'm the Jets, if I were Robert Saleh, I would be all over the fact that, look, we've got to find a way to get ahead. We got to play from in front, use our pass rush, create some turnovers, use the strength of our defense to become stronger. If 100%. We're in these tight games back and forth, then it won't be as effective. So for me, I think that's what they have to do.
Talking no way or no doubt on this Thursday edition of the Lombardi Line as the calendar flips to August. With the calendar flipping, it means now camp about to be open not only for NFL as it already is, but college football. And you see this, Dylan Raiola, the 5-star quarterback, expected to start for Nebraska. A lot of hype for him this year, and he's going with the full Mahomes showing up to campus in Lincoln, Nebraska. No way or no doubt Raiola is college football's next Patrick Mahomes, not only apparently with the wardrobe, but also on the field.
Well, I mean, I think to me it's interesting we talk about that because, he comes out of high school with way more publicity than – remember, Mahomes is a 3-star kid. He wasn't even that highly recruited. So I think to me it'll be interesting how that all comes out. But I do think he comes with size, speed, and those credentials that are really impressive. And I would be surprised if he wasn't a really good player.
I think that is all true. I would also say no way from the standpoint of think about the system they're in. I mean, it's not like this is Texas Tech and Raiola's going to get to throw 60 times a game, putting up video game numbers in a legit NFL type system. I mean, this is Matt Rule coming in. Has been proven as a builder of programs, but it's all about physicality for Nebraska, trying to assert their dominance in a Big Ten where you need to have that to have a lot of success. So at least for now, there's a long way to go. Let's temper our expectations a little bit for a freshman who does have a lot of hype. And clearly, as you mentioned, Michael has the size and strength. Yeah, no doubt on that. All right. This also goes into our college football betting guide, which is now out today. No way or no doubt. Alabama, their chances of repeating as SEC champs are better than their betting odds indicate. No way or no doubt. Not the favorites this year, with Georgia overwhelmingly expected to reassert the claim to the SEC.
I think for sure they're I think they may not be a favorite, but I think they have to be somebody to reckon with. I really do, and I think they can be very good. And I have faith in Caden DeBoer. I really do. I think he's got a chance to be. He's been a good coach. He's coached in big games. He took all the best players with him. So I think there's certainly a chance that they're overlooked. I really believe that.
Certainly the thought is if you're Kalen DeBoer, you took a Washington program that was a mess in many regards and win 25 games over 2 years, including a trip to the national championship game. You got to think when you inherit the boat of riches that Alabama gets is maybe, even though they might not have been at the absolute top with Nick Saban retiring, you have to feel like that's a very, very advantageous position to be in. Just pulling up the updated SEC odds right now, Alabama currently here sitting just behind the expectation of Georgia to win it all. They're just behind Texas as well. So third favorite, I would probably say based on the pedigree, you got to put him second there ahead of Texas. And I would agree. It is no doubt that they have some value on them heading into this year. 15-1 to win it all for the Alabama Crimson Tide.